Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 what? It's the eyeball live. Get it? It's the eyeball live. Hold on. Get it? It's the eyeball live. Get it? It's the eyeball live. Let's go. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on. Turn up, 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 turn up. Hey, what? Cause it's the eyeball live. Get it? It's the eyeball live. Get it? It's the eyeball live. Get it? It's the eyeball live. Let's go. Breezy.
What's good?
What's happening?
What's good, my guy?
Hey, we, hey, man.
That's my new move.
Welcome to the iBall Live.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all already know what this is. Y'all know how we get down.
For sure.
Come on, phone lines will be open. Little IBALL radio, wherever you get it, wherever you go. Get the podcast, get the live, go to YouTube, get the live. iBallRadio.com on the way. iBallRadio.com on the way. iBallRadio.com on the way.
It's on the way.
iBallRadio.com on the way.
Okay.
Hey, crazy.
Yeah.
Whole lot's been going on in the world of high school basketball in the state of Alabama.
Wow.
Whole lot's been going on. My phone don't stop ringing every single day.
Man, it's a lot.
Somebody got something going on every single day.
Something to say.
Something to say. Hey, listen, talk about my boy. That's what you hear all day, every day, man. And I appreciate that because that's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to bring recognition to every single player hooping in the state of Alabama. We're trying to talk about you. We got to do something for us to talk about, but we trying to talk about you. Yeah, man. We like I mentioned, man, during the intro, iBallRadio.com is on the way, man. We've been working extremely hard on this each and every day. It's about to drop, and like I say, it's going to blow every other website out the water. Everybody say, listen, we ain't in competition, but we compete.
It's going down.
You feel me? We ain't in competition, but we compete. But yeah, man, a lot going on, man. Last week was a packed week. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us on Thursday, man. When Hurricane Helene was coming through, man, we couldn't. Helena.
Like that.
Yeah, it was Helene. That was her name.
Helene.
That's what I'm gonna call her.
Okay.
When she came through last Thursday, man. Listen, prayers to everybody on the East Coast who was affected in Florida and the Carolinas who've been affected by the hurricane.
And Georgia.
Praying for you all. But we weren't able to make it in the studio last Thursday, Breezy.
Nah.
Because of
it
was just on the safe side. And like I say, we like to take precaution even though nothing happened, right? But we appreciate y'all tapping in as we one monkey don't stop no show. We kept going. You know what I'm saying?
It gotta keep
moving. Gotta keep going, man. So we recorded live from the house last Thursday. And the crazy part about it, Breeze, we had crazy interaction last Thursday.
Yeah, for sure.
The Simon Walker news of him committing to Auburn blew up. So everybody wanted to talk about that, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in with that. If you still want to listen, we had calls, but the phone lines weren't open.
We had
no line open, right? So we weren't able to take calls, but yes, indeed, phone lines will be open tonight. 334-209-5222. Call in, man. Speak your piece. Please. Let us know what's on your mind. If you got some information that you want to divulge to the people, man, come on and tell us about it, man. Other things that happened, other notables, man. We talked about last week how we were extremely excited about Salim London.
Okay.
Yeah, and talking about seeing where he was going to commit. He ended up committing last Friday.
Yep.
Right? Committed this past Friday. Let me clear my throat a little bit, man. Let me hold on one second.
Parts.
Let me take my hoodie off real quick. Do this real quick because I want y'all to see my face real good. If you tapped into the live last Thursday, you heard me give my crystal ball prediction, right? And my crystal ball prediction was what, Breezy? You were there.
Yeah, I was there.
What did I predict? Where Salim London was going? What did I say?
You said UAB.
I said UAB.
You did.
On Friday, Salim London ended up committing to where?
UAB.
Come on, man. Listen, that's what we talked about him putting out no top schools list, right? And if you just did the research and just watched the landscape, right, and talked to people around, you kind of got the whiff that he was going to UAB. And I told y'all last Thursday that I didn't have any inside information about this, right? Like I had spoke to Tariq, his father, but he didn't give me anything. He didn't tell me anything. Now I found out prior to him committing that he was going, but listen, let me put my hood back on.
You gotta put it back on.
Put it back on for this. When you tell me something and you say, hey, this between us, guess what it is, Breezy? It's between us. It's between us, right? Yeah. And I don't give a damn how juicy the information is, right? If you don't want me to divulge it, I won't, right? So I kind of knew before he was going to commit that he was going there, but I didn't know Thursday night when I predicted that he was going to UAB. I also predicted, and I incorrectly, I said Simon Walker was leaning towards Virginia Tech until I started getting the rumblings and I saw Bruce Pearl show up on Tuesday morning. On Tuesday, I said, oh, he's going to Auburn.
It was a lot of rumbling.
It was a lot of rumblings. I said, oh, he's going. Where did Simon Walker end up going? Auburn. Now I'm going to tell you one that I didn't predict and I had no idea was coming. And that is Jacoby Hill. I didn't know. I didn't get the temperature of Jacksonville State. I kind of think that was a rogue decision. I think that he made that decision on his own.
Okay.
I really, truly do, bro. I don't think it was no team involved. I think he liked Jacksonville State. They were on him, and they got it done. Because I spoke to some people, and they were kind of like, I don't know. Right? Like, and I thought those people were kind of had the hands on when it came to it. But that's why I say I really think I'm not going to call it rogue. Because it's his decision,
right?
Regardless, right? But I just think it was a decision that he made on his own, right? Not with a lot of fanfare or this is what's going on, because I don't recall him putting out a top schools list either, right? So it's letting you know it can be done without all the fanfare, without the bless the receives, and without the
behind the scenes.
Yeah, it can all go down. But yeah, man, it's a couple of more that I'm really excited about, dog. That I think are coming up that I'm going to be interested in seeing tap in. I'm ready to see where Peanut Wiggins goes. I think that's the next one on my list that in the class of 2025, I'm waiting on that shoe to drop. I'm waiting on Peyton Peanut Wiggins to see where he ends up playing for college basketball next year.
Gotcha.
Right? I kind of spoke to him and we talked about his top schools, right? And he didn't tell me. I couldn't tell you. I'm just not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if he wanted to put that out there, he would, right?
Right.
So I give them that opportunity nowadays. But we talked about his top schools, and because Breezy, as y'all know, and I said this, iBallRadio.com is on the way. So we have been connecting with a bunch of players here over the last couple of weeks, right? And we've been doing Q&As with them all, right? And we're getting these answers back from them. And it's curious to say, I'm gonna get back to Peanut after I make this statement. But it's been real interesting to see and say when I get these answers back,
right?
They're saying a lot because I'm asking them what their top schools are, or what for a lot of the younger guys, it's what is your dream school, right? Like where would you ultimately love to play? Yeah, where do you want to go? And then the others who are at the recruiting age, I'm asking them, hey man, who's been talking to you? Has anybody been talking to you? Right? Where the emotion at, right? And one of the answers that I've been getting a lot of, and it's kind of consistent, has been, it don't matter, whoever wants me.
Whoever want me.
Listen, let me see if I got one. I might better pull one up. I'm not gonna tell who the player is, right?
Right.
I'm not gonna tell who the player is.
Just an example.
Yeah, I just want I want people to understand that it's some guys out here that are willing to work and put in the work they need to put in to get to where they want to be, right? And it may come because they don't have a lot of motion, right? And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have all the motion in the world in order to make things happen, right? Like you can really have no motion, right? But you can still be out there grinding to get what you want. Let me read this one. I'm just gonna do a random one. Okay, here's perfect. I don't know what made me choose this, but top schools on your list, right? That was the question. It says the team that wants a hard worker, winner, and team player.
Right.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Like I don't have a list. And it's cool to have a list, but when you're self-sufficient and you understand, hey, I know who I am, and I know whoever takes me is gonna get what they gonna get.
Right.
You got to be okay with that.
You gotta be
because
okay.
Listen, this person that I'm talking about is a fringe Division I player.
Okay.
Right? Like has Division I. Will they play Division I basketball this next year? Ultimately, I don't know. But they are a fringe, they are a Division I talent.
I got you.
So they may get the opportunity if they go have a hell of a season in their senior year, right? So, like, those are the type of answers that we're getting. But back to Peanut, man, he told me his top schools list, right? And I'm a little shocked. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because y'all out there sleep. A lot of college coaches are asleep on Peanut Wiggins. Point blank, period. They are missing out on a hell of a point guard. He is okay. Is he the quickest and the fastest? No. Right? Is he the most athletic? No. Does he shoot it the best? No. But you're getting a winner. Do you know what I just explained to you, Breezy?
I'm gonna need you to re-say it. Yeah, I did. I heard it.
Not the fastest.
Okay.
Not the most athletic.
Right.
And don't shoot it the best. Somebody was saying, that's a detriment.
That's iffy.
Nope. Guess who I just explained?
Who you did?
Greedy Williams.
I
just explained when Greedy was coming out of high school, that's what they said about him.
Okay.
He's not fast enough. He's not athletic, and he don't shoot it well. And now look at him.
I see how you did that.
You feel what I'm saying? They're saying the same things about Peanut, and I'm telling you, y'all are missing the boat. They sleep. They're missing the boat on Peanut Wiggins. Now, somebody's going to pull that trigger. In my opinion, some Division I program is going to pull the trigger. I know who need to pull the trigger, and I want to say it because y'all need to pull the trigger because that'll be good for y'all, right? But it's a division. It's actually 3 that I want to say that I know will be very good for him, right? If they were able to land him. 2, I think his level's higher than that on the Division I level, and 1, I think is a perfect fit. But that's just my opinion, right? And I think he put 1 of them on his list. The other 2, I don't even think on it. So that's crazy in my opinion. But I will say this. They're going to miss out. A lot of schools are going to miss out on a very high-level player.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with that. Like, after you took it there.
Yeah.
I see it.
You see me? Like, you feel me? Like, just because people are saying that now, that doesn't mean that that's who he's going to be. Because you see the talent, you see the leadership, you see the ability, you see it all, right? Can he can dunk. Is he finna Ja Morant? Is he J.D. Davison? No, right? But he can get up there, right? Is he the best shooter on the court? No, but he makes shots.
Yeah.
He makes shots, and he has the ability to improve in that area.
And grow into it.
Come on, man. Is he the fastest end-to-end on the court? No, but his IQ is so high, which makes up for his lack of speed. Come on, man. That's Greedy Williams.
Yeah. Because Greedy good.
Greedy's awesome. Greedy's a pro. He a pro. So I'm saying I'm comparing him. Now, he's not 6'5", but when Greedy came out of high school, Greedy was Peanut Wiggins size. Greedy was 6'2" coming out of high school. Now he's 6'5", 205. So my point is, he can play and y'all gonna miss out.
I got you.
They gonna miss out on it.
It makes sense. So
I'm
gonna hit the horn on him.
Hit the horn. Y'all gonna miss out on Peyton Peanut Wiggins. But that's another one. That's an interesting person. I'm waiting on that shoe to drop. Another guy in the class of 2025 is, and this kid is probably one of the most intriguing and interesting players in the state when you come to talk about level, right? And what you project them to be, because you really don't know, right? Like I gotta, like, this year in their senior year is gonna be huge for them, in my opinion.
All right.
Jalen Blackwell.
I've heard that name.
Transferred from Madison Academy, going over to Florence. We've been talking about Florence and how we expect them to be pretty doggone good. Now, I've been getting a lot of DMs about Florence over the last week or so, right? I think I got 4 DMs straight about Florence over the last week or so, saying that, hey, man, I got one that said they better than Huntsville High. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, right? Okay. But but I see their depth and their ability they're gonna be really good this year.
Okay.
But I'm really interested in seeing how Jalen Blackwell plays, right? Fitting in with Chandler and fitting in with James. I want to see how he plays. He listen, his I want to say maybe 9th or 10th grade year at Madison Academy. He was hooping. I think I saw him at the Huntsville City Classic playing for Madison Academy in the back gym one game. And it was a real high intense game. I don't remember who they played. They might have been playing like Mountain Brook or somebody. And he was hooping.
Okay.
And I was like, who's that? They were like, oh, he young. I think he was in 10th grade, right? And now here he is coming up on his senior year. I want to see something from him.
Okay. Yeah, I want
to see it too. I got good reports about they had the prep hoops top 250 in Birmingham, and they had the hoop scene fall preview at Gunnersville over the weekend.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
and I heard some good reports from Jalen Blackwell from the hoop scene event.
All right.
Like, so I think I got a tape sent to me. But
we're gonna have to take a look. I'm gonna have to take a look.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's a comment in the Instagram chat. Said Peanut was the best player on the Pro 1 team. He's a ball player. That's a fact. All right. I don't know if he was the best player on Pro 1, right? But because that team was stacked. Like, that team was crazy stacked. So, but I will say this. He's probably one of the best talents that was on that team. Now, that's a team that got Simon Walker, Josh Bowman, J.D. Gossett. He's got all these guys that have already signed Division I scholarships, right?
Right.
So he on the way. I think he's the next shoe to drop. He's the next shoe to drop. But yeah, man, it's some more guys in that class of 2025 that I'm really anxious to see play this year. That I think are fringe guys. I'm gonna tell you, and I talked about this kid before, Jonathan Johnson down at Williamson, right? Like, I think he's a fringe guy. I think TJ Pruitt is a fringe guy. Over at Mae Jemison. I can go on and on and on that class of 2025 of guys. Like I say, I think it's 15 to 30. It's already probably 10 that have already signed D1, but I think it's 30 plus kids that are going to play college basketball next year out of one class. And I've said that before. I'm on record saying that. Like I say,
on record.
Yeah, man, I'm on record saying that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And then look, Bryson Berry. I just got in the chat. Bryson Berry. It's another fringe guy, right? He's a fringe Division I guy. We spoke about him on this platform before also several times. And he's another fringe guy, right? What is he going to do? Is he going to get that actual opportunity? I know he had a really good showing down at Chipola for their elite camp. I think he showed very well there. It was somebody else who just popped in my mind that I said I want to see what they do.
Who?
Devin McKinnon over at Clay Chalkville is another fringe guy, in my opinion. Right? You know who else? We talked about him the week last Tuesday.
Who we talked about?
Woo. We talked about Woo. Woo is another fringe guy, and that's Austin Connor over at Pinson Valley. I listen, it's another kid that people don't talk about in the Birmingham area enough, in my opinion, but he be hooping. And that's Jeff Duncan. Jeff Duncan, I don't know if it's enough. I don't know what's going on around Jeff.
Okay.
But he be hooping.
Yeah.
Right? And I think this is going to be a big year for him having to step up at Fairfield and really put more of that expectation and load on his shoulders. Right? But not a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's another kid that's going to play college basketball next year. Every Alabama JUCO should have already been offering him. Kid can go. Right? Like, so it's guys everywhere out there in this class that are fringe guys that need the opportunity on the next level. And a lot of them are going to get it.
Yeah, they're going to get it.
They're going to get it. A lot of them is going to be later rather than sooner, but it's coming. So you just got to be patient.
The road is different.
The road is different, man. I had a conversation on, and here's a big misconception about high school basketball nowadays. And this misconception has been around forever, bro. Don't get it twisted. It ain't like I'm bringing something new to the fold.
Right.
This is a conversation that's been had. And the conversation, and I had this on, and they're probably gonna be on the show, so I ain't gonna say their name. They're probably gonna be on the show, and we're probably gonna hash out this conversation. But I had a conversation with an ex-NBA player who now does high school iBall, right?
Okay.
And everybody knows him. If I said the name, everybody gonna know him, right? But me and him had a conversation on Instagram this week, right? And it was about having they were talking about working hard. Let me phrase it like this. They were talking about working hard and how if you want to make it, if you want a Division I scholarship, if you want that opportunity, you're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to sacrifice. You're gonna have to not go to the football game. You're gonna have to not go to the prom and all these type of different examples he was giving and say you might have to sacrifice in order to make it. And I was like, oh, that's bullshit. Like you ain't got to miss the prom. You ain't got to miss the what's the thing called, the football game on Friday night.
Homecoming.
No, you ain't got to miss none of that. None of that. Like you don't have to be Kobe Bryant. We going to the club. I'm going to the gym in order to be great, right? And here's the misconception with that: that if you work hard and you make these sacrifices, you gonna make it. No, you're not gonna make it. You know what's gonna help you make it? You got to be good enough.
You got to be good.
If you're not good enough, I don't give a damn how hard you work.
How hard
you're not. Listen, hold your heart. But if you're not good enough, you're not going to make it. Period. I don't give a damn if you go to the gym 3 times a day, 7 days a week, 365 days from 7 to 18. If you ain't good enough, you ain't going to get it. So stop telling these kids, oh, just go work hard. Go work hard. Go work hard. Go to the gym. Don't go to the football game. Don't go to the prom. Don't go to the school dance. Don't have a girlfriend. Don't go on dates. Don't go to the movies. Go to the gym. Man, stop telling them kids that, dog. Stop having these kids miss their childhood trying to chase a dream that is not going to happen for them. We got to start being realistic. Now, I'm going to tell you, do I say you got to be at every football game?
No.
Did I say you got to go to every dance?
No.
Did I say you got to go do every activity that every other school kid does?
Nah.
No. It is sacrifice that's going to be made. But only sacrifice if your ass is good enough.
Good enough.
And that's the problem, because a lot of y'all don't know this. You ain't good enough.
They got people in the ear saying that they are.
Come on, man. So, listen. That was a debate that we had. Call in right now, man. 334-209-5222. Phone lines are open. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on having these kids and telling them this narrative of the harder you work, damn near that you're guaranteed to get out of life what you want? That's the biggest lie in the world.
That's a huge misconception.
That's a huge misconception.
It sounds good.
It sounds great. It sounds great, but that's not reality, man. That's not reality. So we had that conversation, man. Go.
Chill say he can't make it, but let me see if I can get him on the phone.
Oh, Chill say he can't make it. Chill say he can't make it after we on the air.
Well, no, he been said that.
Oh, okay. I was finna talk about it.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
All right, thank you. He saved you. He saved you. Cause I was finna go in on your head, man.
No, let me see if I send him a link. He can come in on his phone.
Yeah, man. See if you can send him the link and see if he's available to tap in with us real quick. But I will say this though, Breezy, man. It's a misconception, total misconception.
Yeah, it is.
That if you just work hard, you're gonna make it. But yeah, call in right now, man. 334-209-5222. Speak your pieces. Breezy try to get Chill in to see if he can tap in with us tonight, man. Phone lines are open, chat lines are open. We'd rather you call in, but if you throw it in the chat, we will respond. But yeah,
because I know he got something to say.
Oh gosh, he might have something to say. Because, hey man, listen, go look at the Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you want to go, man. Go look at them clips that we put out of Chill Will. If you didn't see the live, I think it was from like a week and a half ago. I don't know when it was. It was a while back. We just dropped some clips on it. It is hilarious.
It is.
The boy Chill Will funny.
Hey,
he real funny.
He need a show.
He need a whole show, man. That show about nothing, because he gonna be talking about shit. He gonna be talking about nothing. So yeah, it be called a show about nothing, man. But yeah, man, it's a real misconception out here. But if you got guys out there, man, it is so many guys that are hooping right now in the state of Alabama. if you know some, man, and you want to put your guys on, man, call in right now. Put them on. It's another kid down in Mobile that I got that I've been on, and I know I talked about Bull Bowler, but it's another kid, man. I think Juice.
Juice. He got the juice.
Yeah, Juice. Juice is his name, man. Left-hand kid. I've been getting a lot of film on him lately. And Buddy hooping, dog.
Okay.
He athletic, he long. Let me go to his page. I'll go to his page real quick so I can get his name. I want to say his name correct. Say his name correct. Yeah, Javion Daly. That's his name. Yeah. Javion Daly. Javion Daly be hooping, bro. Like I've been watching a lot of film, highlight tapes, clips, mixes on him. And I seen a little full game film. I didn't finish the whole game, but I saw enough to what I need to see. Right. And he's a kid that's real. I'm very intrigued about also. That I'm anxious to see. I'm trying to get down. I'm gonna be throughout the state. I got a call, and I hear I'm gonna go back to this again, Breezy. Huntsville be tapping in, right?
They do.
This the second week in a row we done got a call from Huntsville.
They do.
Like, hey man, we need y'all to come up here and do something up here. Like, do something. Let's bounce. Last week was a 30-minute call of just idea bouncing, right? Today was a call of, hey, I got this idea, and then it turned into something else. So, and these are people who are willing to sponsor, right? These are restaurants, right? Like, these are people that really want to tap into high school basketball in their area, right? And they're championing us to come do it. So I'm telling you, man, y'all out there, go ahead, hit us up, man. Let us know. We will. Oh, I can announce this now, Breezy, because it's October.
What's up?
Coming up this month, we will be hitting the road. So, coaches, I need y'all to respond when I hit you up. But we will be doing our iBall Radio preseason tour. We will be pulling up on campus, interviewing coaches and players about their upcoming season. Get on the lookout. We already got a list of schools we want to start off with. If you want your school on this list, hit us up because it is going down. Oh, shit. Put Chill through.
In here.
What did he do?
Listen, man.
Yeah, man. B, we were just telling them, man, I'm announcing that we will be starting the iBall Radio preseason tour coming up to a school near you. All of this content will be dropped exclusively. You hear me? Exclusively on iBallRadio.com.
Yes,
all
sir.
Content will be dropped on iBallRadio.com, man. So, Chill Will, what it do, man? What's happening?
Man, just chilling, man. You know, we getting out there, bro. We gotta make it do what it do.
Yeah, you already know, man. That has to happen.
Yes, sir.
That's a must. That's a must, man.
Had a great conversation today with one Tariq London, my teammate.
Okay.
From the University of Alabama. We had a really good talk, chopping it up about his young boy Salim. Signing with UAB this week. Big news. So, you know, we just chopped it up. You see, I'm repping tonight.
Okay, UNC Dub t-shirt.
Let's go, baby.
Yep, so, Seahawks in the building.
Yeah, man. But we had a great conversation, man. Just talking.
All right, so tell us something from it. Tell us something from it.
Well, you know, it was more of, you know, as they were looking for fit, that they were just having the conversations in the house about, you know, what name was on the front of the jersey. I think UAB is in a very good league. I think it's a very good university to attend, but you know, it's a lot of people that wanted for Salim to just kind of hold out and maybe get a bigger splash of a name. And so I'm glad that they decided to say, hey man, this is where we're going to play basketball at, and we feel good about the situation.
So talk to me about that. Like, what is your opinion on that? Do you think we've talked about it already? But however, we had the conversation. I think I put it on Instagram last week on the Instagram story. And I think we put a clip out. Yeah, we did. We put a clip out a couple weeks ago. So go check out Instagram Reels or go to our YouTube and check our shorts out. It's up on there. And it's talking about, do you wait? Right? If you feel like you have the situation for you, or if you get offered the best situation, do you wait it out? Well, let me rephrase that. Not even the best situation. If you get offered a very good situation, right? A very good situation that actually fits you. Not saying it's the best or not saying you can't get more, but if you have a really good situation, do you wait or do you take it? Because we had the conversation about a kid we know that went to a JUCO elite camp and got an offer from it, and we're still waiting to see if he can maybe get a D1 offer, maybe get a D2 offer, or you have someone like Salim who is already a Division I player. Does he wait to get a high major offer, right? So kind of tell us your thoughts on that. What's your philosophy when it says you got a situation? Do you wait or do you take it?
Hey, man, we talk about this a lot, man, and I think it's all in conjunction with what you and your team is looking for. A lot of people, and we had this conversation. I had this conversation with Tariq, but a lot of people and that are going through this recruiting process, the reason you got the blessed to receive culture is because people want instant gratification for the things that they're doing. They want people to celebrate them for the things that they're doing because that's what makes them feel good. But I think in this situation, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you get offered a situation that's very, very good and you feel good about it and it fall in the realms of you setting up the table in the gym, having the fanfare and doing all that, great. But if it's not a situation that fits like that and you just sign and you're trying to get that, what are we really doing? But I think it just depends on where the player is at in his recruiting and how his team feels about the situation that they're walking into. Because you always say the number one thing as a freshman is what? MPG, minutes per game. So as you're being recruited and you have these schools hollering at you, that has to be a factor. Now, I know coaches are going to come into your living room. Hey, we're not going to start you. We're not going to promise you anything. But the way college basketball is going now, even that needs to change. The coach needs to be telling you, hey, boy, you can play here. You really, if you don't play here, you're hurting yourself. So
let me ask you this. Why would a coach recruit saying, hey, you coming here, but I ain't going to play you?
But we heard that's the cliche. That's the cliche that it used to be. Hey, man, they bust your door down, but they're sitting in your living room. We're not going to promise you anything as a start. You're basically promising me I'm going to play because you're sitting here ready to sign my name on this NLI. What you're telling me is it's mine to lose.
Right.
That's what it is. So
yeah, it's an interesting concept of how you go about your recruiting. And like I said, it's no exact science. It's no real way to go about it. However, like in the case of Salim, I think he made the best decision for him. Right? Could Salim London have went Power 4? Yes, but P4 in basketball is completely different than P4 in football. Right? Like you don't have to go P4 in basketball to play on the highest level. To play the high level basketball. Most mid-majors and high mid-major schools are high major schools, bro. Like they compete and beat high majors, right? If you look and just say, okay, people consider UAB a mid-major, right?
Right.
We would all consider UAB a mid-major. However, they play in the American Conference. Listen to the teams inside the American Conference. South Florida, Florida Atlantic, who just made a Final Four run a couple years ago. Charlotte, UAB, Memphis, SMU, North Texas, ECU, East Carolina, Tulsa, Tulane, Temple, Wichita State, and UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. Bro, that's not a mid-major conference.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, I think some of the wording that we use in the past, mid-majors, Power 5, man, I think as the game of basketball is evolving, the words need to evolve as far as what these schools are, because that's big time basketball, bro.
That's big time college.
That is big time basketball. It's a lot of big time programs within that conference. And now just kind of listening to that conference could work its way into a multiple team.
Oh, no. I was just about to say that's a multi-bid league, bro.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's a multi-bid league. Easy.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
Like they're going to get their conference champ. And listen, Memphis is always going to be there, a bubble team. We just talked about FAU making the Final Four run.
Three teams from one conference.
Already. Yes. That I would expect SMU is going to be really good this year, as they were last year. So East Carolina is always good. Tulsa's always, Tulane, Temple. Like, these are schools that are perennial tournament teams that are in there. So that is that league could easily get 4 teams in the. So if he signed with UAB, and UAB made the tournament last year, they won the freaking American Conference Tournament Championship last year. UAB.
And man, we know how AK is with guards, man. He's for the last couple of years that they've been in that run and playing, they've had some of the most electric guards in the country, without a doubt.
Right. So that's the thing about it. People look at it, especially us in Alabama. They look at Salim signing with UAB. Oh, he could have went bigger. We just showed you, go bigger how? How much bigger do you want to go? Right? Like, so it's a concept that we, like you say, we need to change, right?
Yeah.
It needs to change about, especially when it comes. I understand football. Like, you're gonna have to pay P4 in football, right? Like, and you really got to get in the SEC or the Big Ten. It's about to go to that in football, but in basketball, bro, it's so spread out, and the basketball, the level of basketball being played is high across the entire country.
Yeah, man, I was having a conversation with some young guys because if you watched Alabama, and I'm sure everybody watched it, the Alabama Georgia football game this past weekend, Nate Oates had everybody on campus. Like,
yeah, he did.
Like, literally all the big dogs on campus, and everybody's talking about AJ.
Yeah,
right?
AJ the Bancer. Number 1 player in the country.
And what I'm saying is, hey man, where do you think you're gonna go? I said Alabama. There's no bigger program in the country. Now, you may want to say Duke, you may want to say North Carolina. That's based off old history. Right now, the University of Alabama is one of the hottest teams in the country, top 3 in the country.
I got Bama number 2 on his list.
Yeah.
After leaving this weekend, I don't know how he says no to Bama after being in that electric atmosphere. But I'm going to tell you where I think he's going.
Where?
BYU.
Okay.
I think he's going to BYU. He transferred to Utah Prep this year, so he's going to play his senior year at Utah Prep. There's no way BYU, who is on his list, he's about to take an official visit there. There's no way they let him out of state of Utah.
But listen to what you're saying. You're talking about the number 1 player in the country possibly signing with BYU or Alabama. Like it's changed. The scope of college basketball and where you had to go play basketball, in which conference you had to go play basketball, has changed because it's a bunch of good players everywhere. It's a lot of good teams everywhere. It's a lot of good coaches, up and young coaches, and coaches just going around, going to these conferences, and they're changing everything that's happening. Just like your guy Will Wade is doing down there at where?
And he at McNeese State.
McNeese State. You understand what I'm saying? So that conference is up. He's a guy in the conference. He's able to attract some people. So listen, man, like, basketball is just, it's different. It's a different world. And I think guys have to do a better job now more than ever, or signing at the level that they can play versus really chasing a name, because chasing a name can kill your career.
We tell you all the time, man, it's about the name on the back of the jersey, not the front.
Indeed.
That's what it's all about. Now, listen, they're going to preach to you something else, man, but it's all about the name on the back of that jersey. But
and then when you go, and then when you get there, it's about the name on the front and the back. But you just run into the name.
You got to play for it. Yeah, you got to play for it. But you representing that.
Right.
You representing the back of that jersey.
Just run into a name in recruiting just so you can make the biggest splash of the social media world. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, my man Hancock on the SRT show, SRT every Wednesday night. Find us at SRT Radio or SRT Sports Roundtable Show on Facebook, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 to 8 in Alabama. I'll be on it tomorrow night. Shameless plug. But I will what up, Big H.O.? I will say this, though, Chill Will. Like, my man Hancock on that show, Sports Superhero, says all the time, water sinks to its level.
Right.
It don't matter. The ocean, the river, your toilet bowl, it's all going to sink to its normal level at some point, right? So I don't care where you end up going, you're going to end up the level that you're supposed to be at.
And the cream always does what?
Huh?
And the cream always does what?
Rise to the top.
Right. There it is.
Come on, man. Creme brulee, flamboyant, however you say that shit. But I'm going to tell you like this. Something, Chill Will, that speaking on the Salim London deal, and these recent commitments that we've gotten, and me and you briefly talked about this, I am very impressed with universities in the state of Alabama keeping the best players in Alabama. Auburn doesn't let Simon Walker get out. UAB doesn't let Salim London get out. Jacksonville State doesn't let Jacoby Hill get out. Now, some of these guys in this class really got out of state, but I'm talking about in that top 5, in that top, Dwayne Brown's the only one that's crossing the state lines going to Tennessee, right? But I got to commend, and me and you talked about this, how these universities in the state of Alabama have to do a better job of keeping the best players in Alabama. The same way we talk about keeping our high school players here, these colleges got to do a better job of recruiting the state to stop making these kids think I got to go out of state to get recruited. Like we talked about LeBaron Fallon. He went to Missouri just to come back to Alabama, right? So I got to give them, I got to commend them for being able to make that happen. Shout out to Bruce Pearl, shout out to AK, and shout out to Jacksonville State for making those 3 happen.
Hey, man, it's all about recruiting your area. And now, you know, as we continue to talk about college basketball and what's happening, you know, not only does Alabama have some of the top players in the country, we got some of the top universities in some of these conferences floating through we got some of the top universities floating through these conferences coming out of the state of Alabama. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And we talk about the Dwayne Brown situation, but didn't he play AAU basketball in Tennessee?
No, he played in Florida.
Oh, in Florida. Okay.
Yeah, he was with the Florida Rebels.
Well, yeah, he's the only guy. But yeah, man, I think they're doing a great job. I think, and it also gives guys who sign with Alabama squads, you know, just something to play for a little bit more. I'm putting on for my state. You understand what I'm saying? So that's always a part of it. But listen, some guys flourish and need to get out because the state doesn't show them enough love.
True. And these schools don't recruit them. But we also got to give a shout out to Emmanuel Clarton signing with Troy. You got Desmond Williams signing with South Alabama, right? So these guys, the Alabama schools have really did a good job of cleaning up this deep class of 2025, right? Now the Huntsville High guys up there in Huntsville, a lot of them got loose to cross state lines. You got Braden Rivers going to UNC Asheville. You got Josh Bowman going to Chattanooga. You got J.D. Gossett going to Lipscomb. So those guys cross the state lines, but they're up there in that area. So it was kind of easier for those Carolina schools and those Tennessee schools to recruit those guys.
Man, you know how it is. It's all about relationships also as you get to going through this game. You sent me a player here, and he was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm going to reach out to you. Your guy's pretty good. I'm gonna throw you a bone this time. I'm interested in this kid a little later in another class. So, man, it's all about connecting the dots, and that's what these schools are out here doing. But, man, it's a great quality of basketball coming out. So, for all the kids that are coming up in the classes behind 25, man, they should be super excited because all of the kids that came out of 25, we talked about this. This is possibly one of the deepest classes ever to sign Division I immediately. Right. So, all those guys are
in today's climate.
Right. In 26, 27, man, listen, bro. You should definitely be in the gym working. But listen, I love what you said to the guy yesterday about, man, now we got this cliche of just telling everybody, man, if you go in the gym and you work hard, you're not going to make it. Everybody's not going to make it. Everybody's not that level.
No.
So I love what you said to that guy the other day because everybody's selling that narrative. And you know, it's all the trainers, it's all of this, and everybody's trying to sell these packages. So everybody thinks they're going to be the guy. Everybody can't be the guy. Everybody's not going to be high level. Everybody's not going to be Division I. So you just got to kind of play, like you say.
Shit, everybody ain't going to be JUCO. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's not going to play college basketball after college. I mean, after high school.
Right. Listen, it's a hard truth that you got to understand. And if you're not willing to understand it or abide by it, it will hit you square in the face. Indeed. It's going to hit you in the face. And we got to stop telling these kids. And like this, I told him it's an ex-NBA player, right? And he does training, right? So I get it. You got to sell your packages, right? You got to get people to sign up. And you need, in order to make it in that space, the value's in numbers. right? So you're trying to get as many numbers as you possibly can. Now, you're selling the same dream to each one of those individuals. You come here, I can get you to the next level. And when it doesn't end up happening for them, I'm not saying this person does that. So don't take me out of context. I'm not saying that this person does that, but what I am saying is when it doesn't happen for them, what do they always do? Oh, they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Right.
Oh, it was their fault. It's never I lied to that kid to get their money.
That. It's never that.
It's never that. It's always something that the kid did to not make it. So, but if you would tell the truth from the beginning and stop selling the BS, then you won't end up in that situation.
Yeah, but you know, everybody that's willing to come to the gym, some of the parents that are willing to make the investment early, everybody doesn't want college. So
right.
I love when parents actually tell you, like, look, man, we just want to make the team next year, or I just want them to get some confidence and I want to do something. And what ends up happening sometimes in some very rare cases, a kid who's possibly not supposed to make it that far, i.e. Ed Wilcoxon, i.e. Forrest Yarbrough, they hit a swerve, they get around a level, and they go play college basketball. And ultimately, both of those guys left their situations 2 years early, went to the University of Alabama and Auburn, became frat guys and are loving life. That's what it's all about. You understand what I'm saying? So, but we got to quit going in here talking about, man, everybody that comes in the gym with us, we can turn them into a pro. We can turn them no, you can't.
No, you can't. No, you can't. And I'm telling you, it's going to take sacrifice and extremely hard work to get to the next level.
Yes.
It's going to take that. But if you ain't good enough, I don't give a damn. It ain't going to
Right. You got to have some God-given ability.
You got to have
some of that. You got to have some of that.
It has to be in you. And like you say, on very rare occasions, you have a kid that just blossoms into that. Right? So that's why you have to go do it. But I'm not finna sit here and tell you this is what you got to do. And if you do this, you're going to make it.
Because that's a lie.
That's a lie, bro.
A big one.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lie. And like I say,
they
put out a whole video.
Basketball is not like building a house. It's a blueprint in place, but you just can't keep copying the blueprint and get the same result. That's just not.
No, bro, you can't build a house with the exact same specs and exact same blueprint and it come out the exact same.
Yeah, true.
It's gonna be different.
Right.
In some shape, form, or fashion. One of them 2x4s or center blocks that you setting gonna set differently than the house that you already built that was just like that. So these houses that you guys are building that are our young basketball players, our young hoopers, stop selling them the same and stop training them the same. That's an easy concept. That's an easy concept. But man, hey, listen. Oh, phone lines, put it up, Bridge. Phone lines are open right now, man. 334-209-5222. Call in, speak your piece right now, man. Because I say it's a lot going on in the world of high school basketball in the state of Alabama. As we are approaching, we are in October, Chill Will. And what happens in October?
Hey, man. Official basketball season about to crank up, man. I had a talk with our guy. Hey, I had a talk with our guy today, Glenn Wilson over at Faulkner.
Okay.
So you know, he definitely a mortgage guy, plugging Glenn Wilson Mortgage. So you know, I want to talk about that. But he talked about what they got going on at Faulkner. That they're getting ready. They're practicing a lot. Hey, we getting ready to head to Wilmington this weekend. They got a family and friends deal going on with there. And reading them, they actually opened their first game October 30th against Fayetteville State. And like you say, bro, it's about to roll, man. It's about to roll. Guys are in official practice, man.
Yes. And I will tell you this, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, man, the iBall Radio preseason tour is on the way. So if you want your school featured, if you're out there, you want your school featured, we're coming from the top of the state to the bottom of the state, all the way left and right. If you want your school featured on the iBall Radio preseason tour, hit us up. Hit the DM, hit the phone if you got the line, put it in the chat right now. Get in touch with somebody if you need it. But we are about to hit the road starting here in the next 2 weeks. We on the road a couple times a week, going to different schools all across the state to interview and preview those programs, man. So if you want to be on that list, hit us up, man, because it's gonna be a dope. It's gonna be some dope content that comes out of that.
That's live, man. I can remember sitting down doing that, man. I know these coaches are really want to get on the grid and do that, man, because the first time I got an opportunity to do that and just kind of sit down, talk about our program, where we had been, where we were trying to go, players that we were getting ready to feature, young players that we had in the program that we were looking to get some things out of. You know, it feels good to get that done. So, like I said, man, iBall, man, we gonna tear this industry down. Alabama content, Alabama schools, Alabama writers. Alabama
I'll say it for you, Brian.
Alabama everything.
Hold on, let me help him, Breezy, because he's fucking it up. He fucking it up. Hey, it is. We talking Alabama kids from Alabama schools from Alabama writers. Nothing more, nothing less. Right. So I just we got a hit in the chat saying
shirt.
Yep, shirt Herb. Hey, Whitesburg Christian. Somebody say we need to come to Whitesburg Christian in Huntsville. Now, that is dope. And it's a kid over at Whitesburg Christian that is extremely interesting to me. Right? I've been seeing a whole lot about him over the last couple of weeks. His name is slipping my mind right now. I'm gonna look it up while we on air. But and somebody, if you're in the chat, you could tell me. Somebody who just told us to come to Whitesburg Christian. Y'all can tell us who it is. But the kid was sent to me. I think I got like 3 separate people send me mixtapes and highlight tapes on it. Right? So but hey, speaking of the Huntsville area, Breezy, am I ready to announce that? I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's a little deep. Yeah, that's him. KD Ragland. Put me on, boy. I knew that. I love the chat, man. Hey, man, shout out to the chat, man. I love the chat. It's a kid, KD Ragland, out there, bro. I've been seeing some video on him here recently. It look good. Right? I'm just gonna be honest. It looks really good. That's a kid that I really want to go check out. But we got something coming up in Huntsville, right? I got a call today, Chill Will.
Okay.
From a business in Huntsville.
Okay.
Who was pitching some ideas to us to come up to Huntsville and do. And it's not, I don't talk about nothing until it's done, right? So we hadn't set the date and we hadn't set firmly what we're gonna do. But I got an idea. We bounced those ideas off, and we got a good starting block, right? And we'll have this completed by the end of the week, right? I might even have it done by tomorrow. But we are really about to do something big in Huntsville for our preseason tour. It is related to the preseason tour. So Huntsville area, be on the lookout. And I want to do this in several areas. If we can get the conglomerates to come together to do it. We want to do something like we finna do in Huntsville, but we got the support of some local businesses that's gonna, fork it over and help us out with that. So that makes it a lot easier, right? That makes it a lot easier.
Hey man, if it don't make dollars, man, it don't make sense.
Talk to him, man. Talk to him, man.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yeah. So listen, man. I'm gonna tell you somebody to be tapped in, and they stay tapped in. Shout out to the Alabama Fusion, man. Shout out to Coach K over at the Alabama Fusion. He stayed working. I'm gonna give him some props, right? He stayed working, and he don't. They see. I can't hold names, y'all. We're talking. What we talking? Be Alabama kids from Alabama schools, from Alabama writers. If I see him, I gotta talk about him. I can't let you have them. But everybody got to get their hands on them. But yeah, man, the kid at Whitesburg Christian. So that will be a dope stop on our tour to go check out when we're in the Huntsville area, because we want to do as many schools as possible when we're in that area. But like I say, we got something big coming up for them.
Hey, man, I think Coach K is one of the bright young stars in the game in the state of Alabama. I think more than anything right now, he just needs to continue to just get time and years under his belt, because he jumped in the game early, and he's a staple in the game. And man, at some point he'll become hold on, Chill. You got the volume turned down on the callers? Who, me?
Nah, Breezy had the volume turned down. We done missed 4 calls.
It was beeping.
It was?
It's been beeping the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Cut off.
Oh, I don't hear it. Yeah. But we done missed 4 calls. Call back, callers. I'm sorry, bro. We told y'all to call in, but man, we had the volume turned down, man, as we were conversing. Sorry about that. And I gotta start putting. Hey, listen, if somebody out there want a job, man, you know what I'm saying, content manager, if you want some, call at me, man, because we need somebody to answer these phones, man. I need somebody else to answer the phone, man. Because I be talking too much to try to answer the phone, man. You know what? I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call her back. That never happens. They gotta call back. They got to call back. Y'all got to call back. Call back, man. I'll answer the phone. 334-209-5222. But yeah, Chill Will, I done missed 4 calls tonight. Y'all, my fault. Why y'all ain't tell me in the chat, man? Why you ain't come in the chat and tell me?
You don't hear that noise?
Yeah, I hear it now. I hear it now. I got it in my lap. So I'll see it if they call back. Only if they call back. They don't call back. Okay, that's our fault. We apologize. But yeah, Chill Will. So big things on the horizon with the preseason tour. Like I say, hit the DM if y'all want us to come to your high school to preview your program. And listen, girls, I want y'all to know, y'all are more than welcome too. We want to highlight y'all also. I got an interesting follow and message on Instagram, and I ain't told neither one of y'all about this yet because it kind of slipped my mind, but it's extremely important. Guess who it was from?
Who was that?
The head coach, the head women's basketball coach at the University of Alabama.
Okay.
Okay, now.
They stepping up. We'll come back to that later. All right, turn me up, Breezy. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, you know why? Hey, we gonna have to. All right, let me do this. We had a power surge. That's why I was doing that. Let me hang up and call it. Let me hang up and we're gonna call right back. Let me hook the Bluetooth back up. That's what it was. Yeah, Chill Will. We came in, bro, and we had a power surge, dog. And that's probably why we got that beeping noise and it's not connected. Do that. Boom. Disconnect. Go back. Boom. I don't use iPhones, y'all, so I'm an Androider. So this I'm using my other our studio phone is an iPhone. Let's see.
You using that phone 7 months.
No, man, don't do that to me, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, we about 8, but don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Hopefully that did it. Hopefully that did it.
Yeah, I don't hear no.
I ain't hearing no pop either.
No pop, no way.
So we might be good to go. Bear with us, y'all. This is live. So
yeah, now we straight.
We straight. You see it?
Well, I don't hear no pop, no way.
Derek. Yeah, there you go. We good to go. All right, man. We back up. Call back in. We got you. Our resident guy. Call back in. We got you up. We back up now.
Our residence guy, D.
Yeah, our resident guy. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, listen, we got a community here at iBall Radio, and we want y'all to become a part of it. The way you become a part of the iBall Radio community, you gotta call into the show, and you will become a resident of the iBall Radio community. Right? Like, listen, we don't let everybody through the gates, y'all. We don't let everybody through the gates. So if we call you a resident, that means we locked in. Listen, you can become a resident through the chat, right? Now, we would much rather you be a resident through the phone calls, but you can become a resident through the chat by keeping the conversation going and staying tapped in, right? And we do have some giveaways coming up. We gave away a Nike gift card. We got another Nike gift card giveaway coming up on this Thursday. So coming up on Thursday, we got a Nike gift card giveaway. So make sure y'all tap in if you want to be caller number 3 and win a Nike gift card courtesy of iBall Radio.
Yes, sir.
I saw you want to say something, Chill. What you going to say?
Nah, I wasn't about to say nothing. I thought we were about to take a caller.
Yeah, man, I'm waiting on the caller to call back, man.
Okay. I was just saying, but prior to all that happening, man, that Coach K with the Fusion, man, with Coach K,
unknown caller. Sorry, B. There you go. As soon as you got to talking, cuz. Oh shit! All right, now the phone. Come on, baby. Sheesh, this phone is not acting right today, y'all. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Don't laugh at me. But it is. This motherfucker is freezing.
Your call has been
Sorry about that, y'all. We having technical difficulties. I ain't having no damn technical difficulties. It's a user error. It's on me. This all on me. I can't get the phone answer for some reason. Y'all heard it ringing. I can't get it to answer.
I heard it, man.
And here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hell no, dog. Like
this time.
Dog. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, it don't want to answer, dog. Like, I'm hitting the button, and the button just ding, 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 ding. I want to try to call it back. I'm trying to call it back.
Your call has been.
It's not letting me call it back. Resident caller, one more time. One more time, because I know you got something to say on the conversation that we're having tonight. So one more time. Let's try it again. But yeah, man, before we lose all our people, because I'm slacking and lacking. But yeah, man, so another thing, we talked about the tour coming up. So hit us on the DM with that. If you want us to come to your area, hit us up on that. We will pull up on you. But the conversation, Tom, the schedule talk coming up. We're gonna talk about schedules. We got that in the chat. We're gonna talk about the schedules coming up and some big time matchups. That's coming up very, very soon. We'll do that in about a week. We'll start doing that in about a week. Start talking about some matchups of some big time games and big time people we want to see lock horns, man. So that is coming up very, very soon. We appreciate that coming out the chat. But yeah, 334-209-5222. The phone lines are open now. I got them working. So you can call in right now. We even gonna hear it in our ear again. You'll hear the ding dong. You'll hear the doorbell go off. That means we got a call. But yeah, Chill Will. Coach K is one of the young workers out there, right? And let's be honest. Can I be honest, Chill Will?
Go ahead, man. You know we always tell it like it is.
When it comes to the Fusion, he's the only one you see out there. You really see him out there repping for the brand, and not only repping, but really, really, really eating up some of the best talent in the state of Alabama, right? Like, he is one of those ones for the Fusion that you see really getting in out there. All right, we're gonna try this again. There you go. We good now. Whoa, we got it finally, caller. All right, that's my fault. User error. So we good to go. Thank you for bearing with us, man. We already know who this is. Like, this is our
I thought it was me in the beginning. I'm driving back from Chattanooga, so I thought it was me in the beginning.
On the phone right now, man. We got our resident caller, man, Lance Gilbert, Huntsville, Alabama. Lance, holler at us. What you got for us tonight?
Man, I was so eager for the show to come on because I've been doing some research. And so many things I want to talk to you guys about to chime in, but I wanted to share my research with you guys because I feel like the last month or so, the topic has been Huntsville or Birmingham, right?
Correct.
And I guess the overarching thing is that Huntsville is the Mecca. Well, so the number one place in the state of Alabama for pro basketball players by the numbers is Birmingham, Alabama, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, hands down, is Mobile. Number three is Montgomery, and coming in last, almost being outdone by even smaller little cities, is Huntsville. Now, when it comes to bigger state championships, like right now 7A is the biggest, Huntsville area has never won a 7A boys state championship. Wow. The last time they won the top classification when it was 6A was 1999.
Wow. So Huntsville area has not won a 6A or 7A championship since 1999.
Correct. Well, they won 6A with Buckhorn and such recently, obviously.
Right,
of course. When 6A was the top, and now 7A is the top, they've not won the top classification since Marvin Stone at Grissom High School in 1999. And
until these two back-to-backs by Caleb Holder and Buckhorn.
Hey, where is Buckhorn? Right. Is it
New Market?
Buckhorn is about 20 minutes outside of Huntsville.
So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. So is it Huntsville, Alabama? Is Buckhorn Huntsville?
It's the Huntsville area.
No, it's considered
New Market.
Let's see, Sparkman is Harvest, and that area is called.
I think it's called New Market.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yes, New Market, Alabama.
Yeah, New Market.
Yeah. Donald. I don't remember Donald's last name. I played with Donald. He's from Buckhorn. His first guy.
Donald Wynn.
Donald Wynn. My guy, D. Wynn. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, okay. Now, like I said, that has been the conversation. Now, when I call Huntsville the Mecca of basketball, I was meaning in atmosphere, right? Like,
absolutely,
you don't get an atmosphere like you get in Huntsville, right? Like, they love their basketball. But when we had the conversation, there's no question that the basketball is better in Birmingham. Now, I've had a lot of people in the Huntsville area come at me about that, right? And Mobile.
Hey, stats don't lie, though.
Stats, we already knew that, Lance, and I'm glad you being our resident caller brought that to their attention so they could shut the hell up. But I will say this, Mobile has entered the chat. And the thing about it is Mobile does have a lot of NBA players. But let's get to the second half of your point, Lance, about state championships that have been won on the highest level. If I'm not mistaken, the last time somebody in the Mobile area won a 6A or 7A state championship was 2016, and that was McGill Tulane. And before that, I think they had not won a championship since the mid to early. I think LaFleur won one in like 96 or something crazy like that, right? So there has not been a lot of champions. Those schools don't win. Listen, Mobile folks, get your panties out of wad. You get mad at me all you want to. You don't win. You don't compete on the highest level. Do you have great players? Yes. Do you have great programs? Yes. Do they compete on the highest level? No. It don't happen. The state champions come from from Birmingham and Montgomery. Period. Go look at the stats.
That's right.
They come, the top level 6A and 7A is Birmingham and it's Montgomery. Nothing more. So y'all can miss me with all that. Montgomery is about to take over as the best basketball area in the state of Alabama. I'm just here to tell you.
That's what I was about to say. Is I've been to a lot of basketball in Huntsville the last couple weeks. And it's very disappointing after what kind of graduates this year across the board up here. I even went to, so we're on fall break right now, and I went to probably 15 plus open gyms just to see what young fellows were working on their craft or are playing open run. It was as Breezy's got those crickets. That was about what it was like.
Now I saw this the other day, Lance. B Elite, our guy up there, B Elite Jared. I saw him. He had a little open run the other day. He had the KD Ragland kid in there. He had Jeremiah Wilson. He had Fred in the gym. I saw a bunch of those Huntsville area high school guys in there hooping, which was a good sight to see. Right. And how often that happens, I don't know. It might have been a one-time occasion, right? But I did see a little film that came out from that at Jared at B Elite. So at least I did see something.
We're talking about Division I talent after this senior class coming out.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
It's gonna be very slim.
Right. And okay. I ain't trying to develop. I give y'all information, but I can't give y'all all that. I can't give you everything, right?
No,
I can't give them everything. But I've had some talks with some prominent people, Lance being one of them, and some other prominent people in the Huntsville area, coaches and AAU programs, and just prognosticators. And they are very low on Huntsville after this season. Not just Huntsville High, but across the entire board of the area of Huntsville. They say the talent drops off immensely. Now, I talked to somebody today from the Huntsville area, and they said that 7th grade class is really good, and they should bring some prowess back to the Huntsville area. But y'all hear what I just said?
Yeah.
I just said 7th grade. So you mean to tell me it's going to be about 6 years of mediocre talent in the Huntsville area? They might have 1, 2, 3 come up.
Not quite that long, D.
7th grade, B?
3, because if they're 7 by 9th, 10th grade, we're gonna be talking about them.
Okay, well, I'll give you that much.
Yeah,
okay,
9th,
I was
10th
meaning
grade,
till
we'll
they
be-
graduate. I was meaning graduating class.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll
I
give you
don't
that
put a
much.
lot of stock in 13, 14-year-olds, just to be honest.
Well, you
We
got
don't
to,
either.
Lance, because what it is,
Correct.
you have to, because what it is, you're looking at a bunch of kids right now. Like you may catch, and I know I'm talking crazy, but you're going to catch a kid that's 5th, 6th grade. By 8th grade, can Howard Pride you 5'6" to 6'3", and now he's a player. So those jumps are going to happen between 6th to 8th grade, 7th grade. So if you got that class, it's some things that are going to happen between 6th grade and 8th grade. Now by 9th grade, we're talking about a crew of guys if the basketball is where it needs to be, because there's going to be a lot of growth happening now.
Right.
And I know we're going way back.
Right. But listen, iBallRadio.com, we will be talking about all the way back to the class of 2031. So class 2031, you will be welcome on iBallRadio.com. You will have a section and an area for you on there. Shameless plug. But
because
back to
we're looking at young talent in our area, D. Like
yeah.
We I could almost say we can go all the way back to 3rd grade, because there's a group of
we got a 3rd
third
grade team.
You feel what I'm saying?
3rd grade team. Yeah.
So that are working. So, and if they come up in the program that they're in right now, and that program continue to build, that school could have a crazy run.
Yeah, it can. I ain't going back to 3rd grade. I love watching.
I'm just saying. I
love watching them, but I ain't gonna go back that far.
I'm just saying.
I get that. Yeah. But hey, listen, I'm gonna give you some props. You preferenced your statement by saying I'm finna sound crazy, and hell yeah, you did. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So Lance, being in that Huntsville area, right, and the stats you just gave off of NBA players and state champions. Now, when you get back to 5A, 4A, 3A, now Huntsville they racked up some championships in those classifications, right? You know.
Yeah, you had Butler when they dropped down from 6A to 5A.
Mm-hmm.
You had Jemison with John Petty years.
Yep.
You had the Lee High School over there when they dropped down. So, but I'm just talking about,
Big
7A or 6A when that was the highest classification.
Right, because that's what, listen, a lot of times when we talk, we're talking 6A, 7A basketball, right? Because that's where the big boys lie. And I've always said this, Huntsville and Mobile struggle in that area, right? They just do. Why? I have no idea. But mainly, if you go back, Carver had their crazy run when they got, how many JJ got, 4 in 10 years? Yeah. Something like that. So, they had a crazy run where they were in Birmingham dominating every year for a better part of a decade, right? So, it wasn't a lot of championships to be had. And then you had Mountain Brook's run where they were a better part of a decade in controlling that 6A, 7A landscape. And then you had Spain Park had a good little run. You had Lee Montgomery had a very good run, who is now Percy Julian. So, let's just be honest, bro. The hoop come from Montgomery and Birmingham.
Right.
Now, Montgomery has been down over the last several years, right? We've still produced a lot of high-level talent, but we hadn't had a lot of championships come out of this way, right? Park Crossing's made a Final Four. St. James has made a Final Four. I want to say Brewtech might have made a Final Four, but none of those teams have been expected to win, and neither did they, right? So I agree. Like it is 6A and 7A basketball, and what we were talking about when the clip that we're referring to, when we were talking about Birmingham and Huntsville, it's not even close when it comes to those two competing. It's not even close. Hey, listen,
I'll tell you one of the things that has changed the landscape in Huntsville is, number one, the way that they have drawn the district lines. And we just don't have the population to have that many schools on top of all the private schools now. I mean, you take someone like McClarty that, went to Westminster, then IMG, you put him at a Grissom or Huntsville, they're a contender.
Right.
So on and so forth. So I think that the talent in Huntsville is not bad. It's just split up amongst a lot of schools.
But see, it seems like Huntsville is starting to turn into what Montgomery has been. We have so many schools, so many private schools that's kind of what started to happen with the talent here. It's just so many schools.
Yep.
Right.
But
right.
now with the two schools, Lanier and Carver, blending, that's going to make a powerhouse on that side of town. And then you only, you have Lee that's on the north side of town.
Well, Chill, you got to understand this part, bro. When we were coming up and after that, Montgomery was only 4 high schools.
Yeah.
It was Lee, JD, Carver, and Lanier. That was it.
Yeah, that was
right.
it.
There was no other public high schools here. Right. Then you started to get the Brutex, the BTWs, and then the private school sector really started to flourish. Lamps and all these type of schools that are pulling. They don't got a lot of talent. Let's not act like that.
Pike Road,
now you got the Pike Road. Now you got the Park Crossings. So now it's split that talent up. It's too many high schools, like you say, for our population. Because if I'm not mistaken, Lance, but hold on, if I'm not mistaken, Lance, Huntsville's population has overtaken Montgomery. If I'm not mistaken,
right?
Like they've taken
but
over.
a lot of that is Huntsville. I don't know if you guys know this, but it is the 22nd largest city landmass wise in the country, right below Philadelphia. I know that sounds crazy, but we are not population that way, so it's spread out. So because we even have parts of our city in Limestone County, some of those kids, even though it looks like, whoa, Huntsville has exploded, it has, but those kids don't even go to Huntsville City schools.
And see, Huntsville's kind of weird because y'all break it up into city and county, right? You got county schools and you got the city schools. So it's a little different. But the whole point about it is these areas are not populated like Birmingham. They're not populated like Mobile, like the Baldwin County and Mobile County area. Montgomery and Huntsville aren't populated like those areas. So it's strength in numbers. So if they got 15 high schools, they can populate those high schools and have competitive teams. Montgomery and Huntsville can't do that. It's just not enough people.
Right.
Like it's I think it's 600,000 plus in that Baldwin County, Mobile County area, and it's 800,000 in the Jefferson County and surrounding county areas. It's like 200 and 300 in Montgomery and Mobile. But we got all these schools that we're trying to put this talent in, and it just spreads it out too much.
True story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man.
So if you ever want to see the breakdown, I can send it to you, and Breezy can use it as a graphic. But it's very interesting. The numbers just don't lie about where the best. I would just based on the numbers alone, not like you said, not atmosphere. You would have to go. Birmingham 1, Mobile 2, Montgomery 3, and Huntsville somewhere at the bottom.
That's crazy. But Huntsville, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Like and like Mobile, listen, Mobile puts them out there, bro. They put them out there. And like I said, Mobile entered the chat and they were real animated, as they should be for their, they ride for their kids.
They from Mardi Gras. They got that Mardi Gras energy.
But here's the thing about it. If you go down to Mobile right now, there is, listen, no knock. Y'all know we speak the truth. No knock. I don't know of any high major Division I talent in the area. I just don't. I know some college basketball players down there, but high major Division I talent, I just don't see it. I hadn't seen it yet.
And see, going back to one of our earlier conversations, Huntsville High School is getting a lot of hype. They've never won a state championship ever in the history of that school. And with having to meet Hoover over in Jacksonville, even though they have some of these players, I don't see it.
That's going to be a tough sell, bro. I'm still not ready to sell Huntsville High over Hoover.
Exactly.
I'm just not ready to do it. Even though I like them and I don't know. Listen, I got to see it. You're going to have to listen. You got to beat them, bro. You got to beat them.
Right.
Huntsville got to make it happen this year. Because if they don't make it happen,
well, like I said, when Huntsville needed a bucket down low, a gritty bucket, they couldn't make it happen against Enterprise.
And that was just a bunch of athletes
and I would say that Caleb Harrison was better than what they have now down low.
Oh, without a doubt, I love Josh Bowman, but yeah, like I like Caleb. Like Caleb's gonna be over at Sanford this year, so we're gonna get a chance to see him. But yeah, Huntsville got to win, dog, and Mobile, y'all got to win too. Montgomery, Somebody gotta go damn compete with Birmingham because I'm just tell you, they get on my nerves too. And it ain't like this the other areas. Birmingham does too. They talk a lot. But they can. They can. So I ain't mad that they woofing. But yeah, man, that's Lance. Appreciate you calling in tonight, man. Yeah, send that information over, man. iBallRadio.com if you need to email it. iBallRadio at gmail.com. iBallRadio@gmail.com if you need to email it over. Appreciate that.
Lance.
Y'all be good.
You too.
Thanks, Lance.
That's our guy Lance, man. Our resident caller Lance. If y'all want to be a resident of the iBall Radio community, call the phone, man. You become a resident. Y'all see that type of information? That's how that was. Listen, you know what you call that, Chill Will?
What you call that?
Hey, you call that a great call.
Yeah.
Great call.
That's a great call.
It is a great call.
Can y'all compete with that? Right? Can y'all stay out my chat talking about some damn 205? We know y'all up there doing it. Listen, we know y'all do a good job, man. Let's just keep it real, right? They do a good job. They do. Like, but can I be real with them, B? All y'all don't do a good job. Y'all got all them damn championships coming from damn Mountain Brook and Hoover. Let's just keep it 1,000. Let's keep it 1,000. I'm giving y'all props, but don't y'all start sticking your chest out. Because if we go through and see who won, it ain't but like a couple schools that have actually won state championships.
They've just won a lot of them.
They just won a lot of them. Let's keep it. Hey, what they say, Chill. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Come on, man. But appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight, man. We're gonna get up out of here. Hit the music, man. Appreciate it. iBallRadio.com is on the way. Like I mentioned, iBallRadio.com is on the way. It will be the #1 most comprehensive website for all things Alabama basketball, high school and college. So make sure you tap into that. It is on the way. The iBall Radio preseason basketball tour. We're planning the dates now. If you want us to come to your school, to your area, hit us up in the DM. Hit us in the email. You got the number. Call in 334-200-9522. You can text that number. Text it. You can call it. Just not during the show. Anytime during the day. If I got it in my hand, I'll answer and respond. But if you want us to come to your area, to your school for the iBall Radio preseason tour, hit us up.
Ho.
Yeah, man.
We can hit 209-5222 all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Oh boy, that's huge.
Yeah, man.
That's huge.
Yeah, 334-209-5222. You can text that number. The text line is open.
Oh man, y'all sleep. Boy, I know that word and know that, D. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they can call that anytime, dog. You can call that anytime.
Okay.
That's the information hub. It's an iPhone. You can FaceTime. You can iMessage. All of that. All of that. It's just that we got to hire somebody to answer it because I don't keep it with me all the time.
I got you.
We got to find somebody to maintain.
Leave a voicemail.
Leave a voicemail. We'll tap in with you. Yeah. But yeah, 20. So hit the line, man. Make sure if you want to get in, man, you can text us, you can DM us, or you can email us, man. It's always open. But Chill Will, man, let's get up out of here for the night.
Hey, man, last name Will, first name Big Chill, move with a purpose.
Big Chill, move with a purpose. Breezy.
You know it's breezy, and it ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man. And y'all already know. They call me coach because I teach you how to ball. Until Thursday night, same bat time, same bat place, 7 p.m. right here on iBallRadio.com, the iBall Radio YouTube page. Until then, we out. Peace. Long live Hero.
Okay, for sure.